All right, everyone, how's it going? So we're out today. It's going to be wet and windy. At the moment it's windy, waiting to get wet, not the fun way. But we are testing out the Zman 5-inch unrigged prawn. So this is like the Zman Elite prawn. I managed to get hold of some. They've only just come out in the stores. So that's in there. They are very big. Like, I've had to run an 8.0 through this, so we're obviously going to be chasing better quality fish with an 8.0. We're not going to get the small stuff if anything jumps on. So I've got it rigged up on some heavy gear, and we're about 2 hours before the top of the high, and then we're going to go through a run out. So for now, we're just going to do a bit of snag bashing and that while we got a little bit of slack current. Just done some sounding, found some okay looking fish. But yeah, let's put down the big camera, we'll get the GoPros rolling, and let's put it through its paces. Let's see if it is a good prawn lure or not. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's first of all, let's see how it sinks. We got this rigged on fairly heavy gear at the moment. It's a 50-pound leader. See how she sinks. Oh my god, she sinks incredibly slow. So this is what they recommend first off the bat. This is a 8.0 setup, and I can tell you now, look at that. That is just not going to work. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to switch to a ball sinker on the nose, because yeah, we are not waiting a metric year for this to sink to the bottom, because nobody got time for that. You slow the sink. Yeah, we got that set up. We might switch over. Round two. It's a little bit better. It's fishable. What on earth are they doing? We've got the whole system to go by. They're going to hit a tree soon, which would be absolutely hilarious for me. Yeah, you know what? It's fishable. It's fishable. There you go. We've got a ball sinker on the nose, and yeah, a stack of weight. But in this tree with some really good looking fish. So the current's pushing across it, so we'll have to come alongside of it and just flick in, sink it down, see if we can get a bite. So we're just going to work along this bank now. You can see there's the odd little tree in here, like that one in there. There's not a lot of structure though, but it's sort of on the back of a point here, so all the current will roll through, and then it's sort of going to ess its way. So stuff like this I don't mind hitting at times. There's no guarantee, like I said, anything's going to be here, but yeah, it's always worth a little poke along. It's mostly a featureless bend, this one, except for like there's trees like that and that along here, so there's options. It's always stuff to have a bit of a dig at, which kind of makes it good because you have isolated structure. You eliminate a lot of areas for fish to sit. Now that's not to say that you're going to catch a fish, but you know, like here you can see there's a little tiny bit of structure. There's not too much going on anywhere else, so if I literally hit the tree, what a cast, sort of just roll it along it just to see. You never know. So we're just going to rinse and repeat back through here, and like I said, we're going to work our way up, and we'll probably end up fishing rock bars a lot more thoroughly with this, but for now we're just waiting for this run out to really just get into gear, start bringing all that bait down that's gone up the creek, because we've had a big push of salt water this morning, so there'll be a heap of fresh bait that would have got pushed up, and we're just sort of waiting for it to start to move its way down. And generally speaking, if the current gets really bad, the fish will naturally more migrate towards the edges. Yep. That crunched it. It's a good fish. I reckon cod. Yeah, had to be. It's a decent cod too. As soon as that came through, crunched it. There you go. I was expecting a cod. It just seemed too perfect to be a cod. He's not a bad one, but like I said, to take on a 5-inch lure, they're generally going to be a good size. There you go. He definitely got it down the gullet. He held 8-0. Didn't stand a chance. The massive hook set from yours truly definitely helped. Wasn't needed, but helped. So that is a black spot estuary cod, for those who don't know. Legal size limit was like 38. I think he was legal, but yeah, just chuck him back. Very, very common as a bycatch, but he was just sitting basically in there. You can see there's a stack of trees. As soon as I hit the water, I just try to keep it moving so it wouldn't snag, and he was just waiting in there to take it on. Right in here, you just see there's that tree. You're kidding me. Oh, I lost one. There was another one there. What are the odds of that? Will there be a third one? Will there be a third one? That's hilarious. You know they're cod because they hang around. Generally on a tree, they'll all be chilling together. So I am leaving a little bit of the hook exposed just because of the way this sinks with this style of jig head, the TT one. I don't feel like we're going to get snagged too much. We're going to start getting into a bit more current here as we sort of come around this point, I guess you'd say it. So the trees aren't going to come out as far and the water's getting deeper. Back there we were sitting in 12 foot, now up to 19. It takes a little bit longer to sink. The banks are a lot steeper, so we don't need to leave the lure in there as long really, but still a few trees along here we can hit. I mean, we're off to a good start. We've hooked 2 fish. We got 2 bites on this bend, which is good. Like the lure is working as a prawn lure. I've only been fishing for, in terms of meters, probably like 500 meters of bank we've covered so far. This is not bad. Like I said, I'd really like a jack. Big cod I'd take, like a 50 or a 60. I'd be happy with that. We're letting everything go anyway, so don't stress. It's strictly a catch, generally tag and release channel. Occasionally stuff gets taken home, but I don't eat fish. Yep. Oh, this is what I wanted. It's what I sounded this morning. What I wanted. I sounded them this morning. Oh, it's good. It's good fish. Very happy. Sounded these guys here this morning. No luck. Come back. Yes. Woo. Come on. Yes. Sorry for the excitement, guys. This is where I filmed my intro. There were fish here, and I knew it. Like, look at that. You can see them. They're all here. They're all here. Ah, so good. Look at them all. Dump, 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 dump. They're all stacked in this tree. Alright guys, so review's off to a bit of a banger. We are probably half hour, 45 minutes, max an hour into that run out, and yeah, we've got one cod, we dropped another fish, and we picked up that nice little barra. It's just come on just a touch under 55, but I don't care. How sick's that? But that is the lure, not the barra. So as I said, I've got the Chinlock. It's a Chinlock 8.0, which once I said at the start, I have to target big fish with this. Like a brim, a flathead, well maybe a flathead, but a brim, yeah, he ain't gonna bite into that. It has to be big fish. So we're spending a lot of time. This morning I did a big sounding run. I picked up this tree. Throw up the screenshot. That's where they were sitting. So as we've come back around, I've just peppered, rolled that through and jumped on. Stoked. A little bit of chafing, which is to be expected. He had it down a decent way. That's up to there. So yeah, lucky to get him. Popped it out in the boat, but yeah, that is the TT 8.0 SWS. I'll get them out in a bit and show you. I'll grab the fish out of the live well. He's just been sitting in here while I set up this camera gear. I'm going to tag him, let him go, and then we're going to pepper that tree just a touch more, just to see if we can get another one. And then after that, we'll keep rolling up, and hopefully we can get a jack on the rock bar. But I'm stoked. Like, yeah, we got a cod, we got a barra. Lure's going good. Lure's definitely going good. There he is again, just on the setup. Oh, and rod and reel, bear with me. Tatula 150 6.3, and the rod, which I have misspoke of before, is a 5 to 9 kilo. The model number is a 661 MHFB. 30-pound braid. This one's got 50 or 60-pound leader, just because I knew what I was up against and what my goal was today. Yeah, love this little combo. It's actually caught, I'm going to say now, this thing's landed about 10 to 15 barra in the last 6 to 12 months, so it's actually done quite good. Nothing massive, but I don't care. I don't care. Let's get the fish out, let's show you the fish, tag him, photo him, let him go, keep fishing and just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Alrighty, the fish, the one thing people care about, better than me head. Sick. That little bit of coloration in the tail. Still a juvenile. As everyone knows, barra get huge, but so good. Still got to tag him, and we'll swim him off. But rarity for me, but more common these days. So yeah, so good. Let's tag him, get some photos, swim him. Let's get back into it. It's a very, very good start. So we brought him down, we being me, like and subscribe if it's just me. We're gonna fish, brought him down here. There's a tree here, let him go. That's a tree he was sitting in. He had a stack of mates. So, let's send it back down. Let's see if we can get another one. Like I said, barra have become more common for me over the years. It's been a lot of years jack fishing, never got many barra. Now I've been lucky enough to start to figure him out, figure out the patterns. The sounder was the biggest help. Also, 1 second to interrupt everyone. Look at how calm it's become. So this storm's starting to roll in. We've had a change of weather, which has initiated, I believe, the bite. Everything changed when that run out kicked in, but this has cut out all of that wind. We had a northwester this morning coming towards me, and it's just changed it all. Look at it. So we'll try again. Hopefully we can get another one. There were some big ones in there. Look at that, there's one right beneath us. There you go. Right there is a barra sitting back here, and that's that tree we were fishing. So very good chance we spooked him out of this tree. That's a good fish. That's a really good fish. Is that a jack? Oh, it's a donkey of a jack. Oh my God. I thought he was another Baz. He's just sitting down there. Oh my God. Oh, he's just sitting down there amongst the Baz. Wow, okay. You see them down there. He's just sitting down there in that tree amongst them. Well, he just pinned him too. That's why I thought he was a freaking barra. Yeah, look at him. Look at them all. Oh, he must have beat him to it, which is fine. But that's just hilarious that, like, basically my review has been filmed here and here. Like, there was no point fishing anywhere else. I should just come right here. Alright guys, done and dusted. So, still got the jack and the live well, but I will grab the jack out first, then run you through the lure. How does that sound? He is a very, very feisty fish. There it's nice and healthy. He's just sitting down pretty much behind all those bars. So the tree that I've been, that most of the video, 3/4 of the video will be filmed at. So it's so sick. Coming at 45er, so he's a solid one. But like I've been saying, you really have to, when you're running these big lures, you are going to run into just your bigger quality fish. So yeah, check him back into the live well, then we'll run through the lure. So there he is there, with a 8.0 SWS, very heavy duty hook, and I got a ball sinker on the nose. So for those of you who weren't here for the first intro and all that jargon, pretty much I didn't have a ball sinker on the nose, and what I found was this sank like this. Slow. Now we're fishing current, we're fishing deep water. We need faster, because otherwise, well, what am I chasing? It's just way too deep. I reckon if you were fishing pontoons, well, no, I guess you'd throw it around pontoons, trees like up to the top where it's shallow, you would not run a ball sinker and you could get away with it. But that, I believe, is like a 1/6. It's not a 3/8, but it's around a 1/6 to a 1/4. So it's slightly too light, so it has to run with the ball sinker. But it does sink fairly flat, so you know, like a prawn. Because one thing I've always found difficult is when you put a ball sinker on some, they sink like that. Prawns don't sink like that. Sauces, trust me bro, I'm not a prawn, but sauce is, trust me. What you want is it to sink flat. And that's what it did. So I'll show you the package. I think they're about 13 to 50 bucks, or 13 to $15 for the two. They give you something Z-Man started doing they never used to do. They actually recommend the hooks. So there's one there, and there you are. Recommended the 8.0, which is what we ran, and it went quite good. That's called the Golden Boy. This was called the Tiger Prawn or Tiger Shrimp. But yeah, overall very happy with it. I did review the 3.5 inch, sorry, about 2 weeks ago. I went out, caught a nice jack, caught some estuary fish. It's definitely a lot slimmer than this. But this was, yeah, you have to be, you're going to be expecting to catch not much, but what you're going to expect to be is of quality, as you've seen. Pretty much a legal cod or borderline. We dropped the next cod. Found that tree full of baz, picked up a good baz on it, missed another hit. Fish is still there, pick up a good jack out of it. Yeah, went good, went good. Let's talk about the lure though. So one thing I like, it's very stretchy, it's very durable. Like, it's your classic Z-Man material. So when I say classic Z-Man, I should paraphrase that. It's not your classic Z-Man material. It is super stretchy, I'll give them that. Like, I pretty much have no issues with this at all. I think it went great today. But what I did, yeah, nice and stretchy. Colors look great. Like, it looks like a prawn, it swims like a prawn. I like the long legs. I like the legs. I like more moving parts over less moving parts. The tail, yeah, you know what? I'm not too fond of it being bloody blue, but hey, it's just the way it was. And as I say, it caught fish, so it doesn't really matter. You've got good segmentation here, so as you can see, like that's got a heap of movement, which is what you want. The eyes, I love painted eyes. Big fan when companies paint eyes. Drives me nuts, they glue eyes on, halfway through your day the eyes are gone. And it's like, well, if you just paint it on, they're gonna last forever. So anyone listening to designing lures, just paint on eyes. Material's great, it's nice and stretchy. Like I said, it's durable, I'll give them that. There's a few things I don't like about it, which is a bit of a shame, but look, every lure you're gonna run into this sort of scenario. The placement of the 8.0. So they've given you a hook keeper, which is great, but they're about 2 mil short for where it needs to go, so it wouldn't wedge in. So the only way to get it would be pull it forward, basically like this, and then you could sit it in. So the hook is never going to be fully weedless. But having said that, you're probably, like most of the day I was fishing with it like this, a little bit exposed, just because I was expecting, you know, like it's not going to go past there unless something bites it down. And the way it was sinking, I wasn't too phased, but I'd like to see them extend that up. It also opens the ability to run a 6.0 or a 7.0. You have to run an 8.0 on this. Like I went through all my lure options, and yeah, I think the only thing that might work is the Chase Bait 7.0 from the Chase Bait Prawn, the Flick Prawn, I think it's the 125. I think it would work in this, but yeah, you have to run the bigger hook. So yeah, swims great, looks great. They need to work on that. The other thing, it's the same issue I have with the 3.5, is I really wish they do these in a rigged version. They got these massive 2 little feelers at the front of it. Looks sweet. For some reason, they just didn't include it on this. Like, they missed the window on that one. They should have had 2 nice feelers looking out. Just visually, it always looks good. Like, there's no real downside to it. I don't know why they didn't. They've definitely got the material. They could have just had 2 little ones and it would have been sold. But yeah, that's my sort of negatives, I guess, to it, is I wish that they extended this further up, so you could run your hook more weedless. It's just a slot, right? Just extend the slot, no big deal. Put 2 feelers on the front. I also, something I haven't touched on yet, is when this collapses down, right? So it'll collapse to about there. That's as far as you will get it. So try and get the finger out of the way. Because is underneath is pretty much dead flat. So what I mean by that is in this section here, you've got a belly slot back here, but here is just super rigid. Now, I get why, because if you go scalloping it out to make it fully weedless, when you run a jig head through, you lose your material. But they could have put a slit along there, which would help when it gets bitten down by a fish. It would be able to compress so much more. So your jacks that bite, when they bite down on the lure, then they'll get a better purchase to grab the hook. But everything's a trade-off. Just remember that. Everything's always a trade-off. You're never going to have the perfect prawn lure. There's always going to be things that should be better, this and that. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I could see it becoming part of probably my 2 5-inch prawn lures. So big fan of the Samaki one, as you guys probably could tell. But the thing I've noticed is a lot of the 5-inch lures, so the 5-inch prawns, they're very hit and miss. That one has its own issues, which I've gone through in a video. But yeah, I really like the profile of this one, which fits in with that. It's more of your slim line. It's not some ridiculous big, thick, chunky boy of a lure. It's nice and slim. It's nice profile. It's really a great lure. It's just, its downsides are you've got to run it on a 7 or 8.0, which is a bit of a shame because you're going to miss a lot of fish. And unless you are targeting your big jacks like I'm doing, or you know, your barra, it's not going to be your estuary sort of suitable lure. But like I said, they do have the 3.5 inch. So, you know, horses for courses on that one. But overall, it went great. I had a blast of a day. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Shout out to Tide Apparel. They've come on board this year as a sponsor of the channel. So you get 10% off your order for Alex W. Yeah. Oh, only other thing is setup, which I did go through before. Go through again in case you skip to the end. A Tatula 150H 6.3, 30-pound braid, 50 or 60 pound FC rock. And just the hook in that. The Tatula reel rod is a 23 model 661 MHFB. It's a 5 to 9 kilos. So she's a thick girl, nice and sturdy. But I get this for the bigger jacks to the barra. That's why I run that. But for now, we're going to tag him, get the photos, let him go. A few people have messaged me lately on the tags. Sorry to waffle on, it's what I do. Pretty much I volunteer for Suntag. You tag a fish, you let it go. Someone catches it, they read the tag, submit it online. You find out where I am today, when I am, and pretty much how much it's grown and how much it's moved. So it's a good little initiative, promotes catch and release. But yeah, let's get him out. We're going to tag him, grab some lovely photos, let him go, and then head home. So thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one.